Welcome to today's discussion in the third eye. After the contested general election that took place on the 9th and the results released this week on Monday, it is believed that the Azimio brigade is going to the Supreme Court. And today, I want us to look at the possible outcomes that might come from the Supreme Court. There are three possible outcomes, or rather, four possible outcomes, but I'm going to look at three. The four outcomes are the Supreme Court might order for a rerun, a recount, and a retallying. And in an unlikely event, the Supreme Court might also nullify the election completely, or it might uphold the election of William Samoei Ruto. So actually that gives us 5 options. But before I look at the three that are most likely in this situation, if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, like, share, comment, and don't forget to hit the notification button so that the next time I upload such a video, you will be notified. Now, let's look at the possible 3 scenarios. There are pros and cons of the 3 scenarios. Number 1, let's start with the rerun. If the Supreme Court orders a rerun, who is likely to benefit from this scenario? From my opinion, I think Deputy President William Samoei Ruto, or rather President-elect William Samoei Ruto, as you may prefer to call him, stands a bigger chance to benefit from such a decision of the court. And from the look of things, Ruto is already preparing for this just in case the court rules and orders for a rerun. If this were to happen, then the reason why I think this would favor Ruto more than any other person is because the mountain and the Rift Valley would mobilize the sort of kumira that we witnessed in 2017 and rally themselves to a man and vote for President-elect William Samoei Ruto. This would happen in order to safeguard the perceived win. And this time round, Ruto might not need to do the shenanigans that he is believed to have done in this just concluded election. And I believe, from the look of things, the Azimio supporters are tired and might not come out to vote in this election if should there be a rerun. And there is an increased voter apathy in Azimio strongholds, and I believe this might work against Raila Amolo Odinga if a rerun was to be ordered. And so I think a rerun is not the best option that lawyers representing Azimio should go to or should go for. The second option is the retallying of the votes. The retallying of the votes of according to forms 34A and 34B. These are the polling station forms, which are 34A, and the 34B, which are the county tallying forms, which then inform the 34C that the chairman Chebukati used to declare the election. So I believe this might happen if the court determines that the irregularities happened at the tallying stage as opposed to anywhere else at all the stages of the electioneering process. This is one of the options that might be favorable to Raila Amolo Odinga. And according to me, is the second best option for him and Azimio. And his lawyers should push for this or the next option that we are going to discuss. The next option is a total recount of all the presidential votes that were cast on the 9th. Over and above everything, this is the best option for Azimio in my view. And if the court were to order a recount of the votes, then it would be the best route to assure the Azimio side and the country at large whether there were irregularities or any malpractices that were performed in this election. And to be honest, I don't think Kenyans want to go to another election so soon. So probably this might be the best route in order to ascertain the malpractices, the presence or lack of them in this process. So Azimio Brigade is saying that voter turnout in the Mount Kenya region was inflated in favor of Ruto. The only way to deal with this is by recounting the votes casted. If it is true that the turnout was inflated in the returning forms 34A and 34B, then it is true the best way to know is through recounting, because it is difficult to go back to all the 46,000 plus polling, rather ballot boxes to do stuffing of ballots in the short period that the Supreme Court will be listening to this petition. So, and in any case, reopening those boxes would involve even agents, because I believe most agents signed and recorded these serial numbers of the seals that sealed the ballot boxes in their polling station diaries. Drawing parallels with the Malawi election that was nullified in 2019, a re-election was ordered to take place in 2020, in which in the first election the incumbent had won, and in the ordered rerun, the opposition chief won. If the court goes to that direction and still orders another fresh election, maybe in a year, and orders a revamp of IBC with the new commissioners, then the three options that I've given you might not come into the picture. But in conclusion, politics is about perceptions. And I think this election might just get a political ruling as opposed to judicial ruling based on evidence because of perception. And the general perception among the Kenyans is that there were irregularities in this just concluded election. And behind the scenes machinations of Uhuru and his government and its effect, I believe having tested the possibility of the Kenyatas and the Mois being out of power for the first time since independence, there must be something that the Kenyatas are doing behind the scenes, and probably that explains President Uhuru's silence and refusal to congratulate his deputy for winning the just concluded election. So that the Kenyatas and the Mois, for the first time having found themselves out of power, and to them, this is a very uncomfortable situation they find themselves in, might shape the direction this Supreme Court war might take, according to me. So I don't know what you think, but according to me, it's going to be a rough time ahead, and it is not over. Kenyans should brace themselves for a very tough duel in the Supreme Court. And this probably would be behind the scenes controls from the Mois and the Kenyatas. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all I had for today. And I don't know what are your sentiments about these three outcomes that I've discussed today. I would love to hear from you. Please comment and tell me what are your sentiments. And if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And for those of you who are subscribers, I want to say thank you so much for getting me here where I am today. Thank you. See you another time.